Good. All right. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. It's been a while. I've had some busy times, real life work and stuff. So let's continue. December 29th, we're at the Wright and Co. law office. Nick, what is it? I got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the trick when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand and it just separated. She can move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow, how'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it, especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining and let's just give it a shot already. All right, let's go. Row your boat. Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this isn't going to work. If you enjoy saying dumb things, you're going to have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you going to do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his new idea for a routine. So we are trying to sing in a round for our new ventriloquist in the act. In a round, you can't really do that? That's incredible. See, even they are surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your ideas. Once we've got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I want to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got a ring back, it's time to make one more shot at Regina. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man, just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben? Huh? Oh yeah, you're right. But then we said hello and didn't get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could talk to you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really want to see Regina, wouldn't you check out the tent? Huh. You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So how is this new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routine is our secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk, Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. Mark my words, I, Trilloquist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row your boat will be the key to the glorious victory. Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you've got to start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You've got to be part of this too. Do I have anything? I don't even remember anything about what we were doing. I'll just keep moving right now. Huh, where's Regina? I don't know. But if she was with the tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No, 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 no. I'm just allergic to wild tigers. Max and the ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why do you do that anyways? Was it really that cold or something? I don't think he'll let me examine this yet. I know you got to at one point. You may not know this, but they call this a tailcoat. Oh yeah, we already went through this. Calm down, Ma. You can't just go rummaging through coats. Okay, we'll come back. They still haven't cleaned this place up yet. If Pearly got one look at the state of this place, she'd slap whoever was in charge across the face. Remind me to never invite her to my office. Nah, nah, nah. I don't think there's anything here. Let's keep going back. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah. Excuse me. I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listen to that old clown sucks all of your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he was waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laugh that much? Francisca really set you up for a bad time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip now. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma always got her eye on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared in the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room behind the window up there? The acrobat got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas about going to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Francisca Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up and check it out. Go to Mo's room. Got anything for us, Mo? Mo's not here. If he was, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into the room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing anyways. What do you think he is laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking of new jokes. He must really love his work. Fabulous. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, look, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, The Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking. But the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation that show business. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here is how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the Stogie clown said, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and the cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won on a world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix. Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at the circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told the story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story, but what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila, here, take a look at this. I just happen to have the picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at the fabulous stage. That is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right there and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotion, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey, Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweetie, you could have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail. Okay. Got anything to say about it? Nope. Apparently they don't care. Nope, no one here. Oop, went the wrong way. But we could go to Lodging House, see if Mo's there. Maybe Mo's got something to say about it. Nope. Right, welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in awful good mood. Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is probably a weapon of bowel destruction. Buzz, wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girly? I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria I. Exactly. It's an incredible sad place, that calf. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice. Today's been a real crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough. Yeah, it was tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd that morning. This morning I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out a laugh. You even used the famous no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly. How can you not laugh at a stunning comedy like that? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw. I swear, that creep just flew through the air? It wasn't exactly flying per se. It was more like floating. silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a psychic lock. He must be telling the truth. Aha! Now this picture, he showed it to you guys too. Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He's really gets around. Hee. Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust? I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust, not that I'm into that sort of thing. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago, all of a sudden, the bust disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not the one paying for it. Aww. Is there anything else that changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's just setting up a bad joke. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. A quiet mo is a good mo in my book. I guess there really ain't anything that have changed, huh? Well, there is this one tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us. Well, on the morning of the crime, over on the bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper. It was torn, so I don't know what it said, but I couldn't see its title. Yikes. To the murderer. Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it was been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. Follow up with him? The morning of the murder, this was posted on the bulletin board. That's around when Max clonked Ben over the head. Sorry, I hadn't remembered it until now. And it was torn down before anyone really paid attention to it. So you don't know what was written on it, do you? Unfortunately, I don't. But I bet you they would know. Who are they? Max and Ben. They were here before me that morning. Okay. Let's go to Ben then first. Would you mind taking a look at this? I guess we won't need you to take a look at it at all. Okay, well, you're useless. Hey, do you know anything about this? Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note when I read. I gotta do something real quick. Where is it? Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. There we go. Okay, much better. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skips a beat. Your heart skips a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned on an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it in the pocket of his tailcoat. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on the thing? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You must also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Okay. Well, I haven't seen her, so... Let's see if she's here now. Nope. Okay, well, let's go to... Will you take it out of the pocket now? Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved in the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what this is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. Sure. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. She's still not here. And Mo's gone. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburgers. Just thinking about it's making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner bad. Maybe he'll say something about it now that we have the whole thing. Nope. Okay. What about Ben? You're useless, Ben. You're useless. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Nick, what is that? That beeping sound? It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something. If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here quick. See ya, pal. I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind is as biting as lashes from a whip. Von Karma? She really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day. The day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? National news? You pose such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your misery flight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10-page paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? A conclusive witness. You must be talking about the acrobat, right? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah. I get it already. You want to beat me and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred Von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this, or any other conversation? Then what is this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth? Manfred Von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... Right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Uh-huh, little brother, but Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. Well, he was there for Emma. So does this take place before the Emma case or after the Emma case? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? I'm kind of curious about that. I have to look that up. Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then with the case after that, okay, so that explains it. He never set foot into the court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effortlessly killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma, I'm going to find him. And then I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own two hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss Von Karma, what? I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you of today. Tomorrow's will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick, let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well? That's right. I mainly perform on the tightrope or the flying trampoline. But nowadays, all I perform is in this wheelchair. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at businesses. Then one day they decided to run away from it all without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was a true lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, like how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged, and you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during the acrobat session, right? Cyclops. It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course, I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutors, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Geez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying. I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? Well, what happened? He suddenly looked incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina. Ask her about it. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find her. Regina. Glad you guys are still here. Grrr. I've got a bad feeling about this. Grrr. Grrr. Nick. Wonderful. Today's special must be Flaint O Phoenix. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick. It's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. A mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro's his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realize the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep. But since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged to someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so you didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did. I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. Okay. When did this happen? The morning before the murder. The morning of the murder. Yeah, I think we put that together. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked to my dad and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens? That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? You think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got a feeling that everyone's is doing great up in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Just to go back and clear something up, why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It got a lot of spangles. It's really beautiful, you see. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Gladly. Leave it up to us. Guess there's no turning down that request. Yay, you're really gonna do it? I guess that's what we're gonna do, because I don't really know what else to show her. Are you in here, monkey? Nope, okay. Are you in here, monkey? Something smells fantastic, so we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bistro di Cinque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here, and those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. Excuse me. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for burgers. One bite will send you into the hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Anything else you can say? Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you going to do? What? That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying to go on as ringmaster shoes. What, really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue with his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo, all that's left is to see if everything can get over that tragedy. You know, the tragedy. You know what he's talking about? Get over what tragedy? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. He must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang, correcto mundo. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here. Are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seems a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Yep, he's not going to tell us. Of course not. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, eh? Actually wasn't a bad joke. I mean, it's poop humor, but I'll give you that one. Okay, well, I don't know if I have anything else to talk to. Regina. She's cool, isn't she? And can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer? It seems animals are not the only thing she tames. Huh? Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb. Well, what do you mean by that? Maybe I went a bit overboard. It's just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. I'd say it seems that way. That's why she can be so cruel. What? Regina is just like the animals. She claims to be tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. I wonder what happened between Acro and Regina. Will you talk about that? Nope. And I don't have really any... Ah, boy. I don't have any... Oh, I didn't mean to go to Mo's room. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Nick, it's money. That monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina. Remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey attorney style. Stay. Stay, money. Stay. Ooh. Hey, it's working. It's sounding like he was confused at the end of the ooh. Oh, yikes. What? I knew that acting like Regina would do the trick. Nick, I swiped it while money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see. Hmm, you can see it's fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you into the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Well, I would wear anything, to be honest, so. You know someone who will wear anything. So, objection? Contradiction? Hey, I got your thing. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt in mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh, this costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Would you like to talk about that? Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth, you know, grah. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into the lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You know, they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that. Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon, yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. What if I present this? No. I don't know if I can do this yet, but I'm gonna try. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on in the circus? Okay, there's no need to look at me scary when you ask. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident? This wouldn't happen to be the case of the accident, would it? I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during practice, right? How did you... I told him so many times, you shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts, like putting your head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved. Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything? It must have been Acro, right? How did you know him? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way. I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Finally, got some help back. It's just like you said, you know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from a coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in bed at the hospital, and then that's all he'll ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother, huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. But brother? They were an acrobatic team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nickname, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team cut down together in their prime. Who is Acro's younger brother? Sheen Dingling, but everyone just called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina, trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurted out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why did he do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Some sick grin. No way, that's impossible. A smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all the incredible events? Nick, can a lion smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened? Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for some burgers. Here, you two have some pepper. Shake, shake, shake. There he goes again, acting like normal crazy self. Achoo! Achoo! Nick, what a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel? That's basic clown marksmanship. Purely, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. Bat? From my point of view, those two always looked so perfect together. They looked perfect together? Huh. Keep moving on. I don't know if I got everything, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Ah, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that something else? We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in an accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Sure. About the wheelchair. I have to ask, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice. Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real case, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Leon, 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. Bat, it was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got those terrible injuries. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo, but he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That's what he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up in the center of the same accident. Together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last Cyclops. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you are still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're behaving evasively. Regina, you always seem calm and collective until you start talking about her. Something like she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina? I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's the proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. Can we keep going? Oh. Don't make me do it all again. Oh. I'm dumb. Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. You wrote this and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Yay. Full health. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother Bat had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I could put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous that is? Well, we all thought he was being stupid too, but that lion was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experiences in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And then, when the accident happened, he just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again, and that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina, they were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, He looked like he was smiling. Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know, most of the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Ms. Von Karma, I've already heard everything, so hand over that scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've stirred a summon to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come on, Acro. Let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle this tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look, you are all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together. Is it really? Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparking self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Hee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. Came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, she'll fly at the end? Oh, it's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Gina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya, everybody. Let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo, top of the morning to ya, Governor. Huh? Top of the morning? That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets a worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. Oh, so how are you today, Rado? Well, I've got a feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro to get the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make Regina watch? Yes, that's why I brought her here today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor gumshoe. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation, please. Ken Diggling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm an employee as an acrobat at the very big circus. What were you doing the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Will you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by the window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness testimony matches up exactly with what the clown said. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution needed to add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get to that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, I quote yesterday's proceeding? There is no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. You said that you were resting in bed? One would thus assume that you turned out the lights of the room, correct? That's correct, but there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. The witness will proceed with his testimony, please. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear the sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing Acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he just said. There is a contradiction. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have some evidence to support your claim of the contradiction? Do I? I actually don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't think that's it, but I don't know what else to... Yeah, I'm dumb. I didn't lose anything, though. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by the window. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of mannequins and action figures, it is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn. I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. Okay, I don't even know what we were talking about, so sure. Maybe. I didn't lose health last time. Yeah, I don't even know what I was pressing, but apparently I could do that on both of them. I read it, maybe. Then a few moments later, saw someone flying right by the window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's what it looked like. The lights in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by the window. The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. There's the more I press, the less results I seem to get. But, okay, so I did see a contradiction there. Yes, show evidence. Yes, show evidence. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by the window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of the window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state I am in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order. As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Well, I don't think he has a grudge against Max. Can I already accuse him? Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion, accuse Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's heart and mind. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. But really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense accusations? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave that lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things... See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusations is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you were trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order. What are you getting on at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do it? I know that I can. What I can't do, I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright? If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all a lie, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What are you, nuts? What says you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertions is impossible, as he is in a wheelchair, and there's no way he could go to the scene of or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Most said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here, she's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about that. Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Dingling? Is it Dingling or Dingling? Or Dingling? Whatever. I can present evidence. I'm going to present some evidence. So, what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of the murder against Russell Berry? Well, how would I know this, though? What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust. It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from the third-story window. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galacticus' ample bust. Order. So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with someone so heavy? It's impossible with something so heavy. Someone so heavy. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like that bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting closer to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from... I'd watch what you say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to the case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say. Von Karma. He's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There is absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has the version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way for once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problem. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win this case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of the bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking down out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have extorted that kind of force on my lower body. That would make it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? No, I don't think. I have my doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Grr, I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Okay. Acro. You didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may ask. You're silly. Hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same? The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box, which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss his head. No. Order, this is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now, I've got to keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to the rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow. The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most particular feature. The size. Was it weighted? £20. It boasts its Boost a small but... Okay, let's go with the contents of the box first. Do you recall what was inside the wooden box? There was only a small bottle of pepper, wasn't it? Get on with it. Well, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I don't see any relationship between the location of the... I think I might have... Nick, didn't you think enough? Mr. Wright, do you still maintain the box? Yeah, indeed. It was 20 pounds. The box has a remarkable weight. According to the court record, it weighed 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down to lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool. Cute little bird. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place the wooden box at the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I do. Of course, I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means you understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten to the bus from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried that bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here, but this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back to his home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My thoughts are some very nice cards. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Yeah. Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring that bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order. I said order. Miss Von Karma? Where is the bust in question at the moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that case, something else would have been used as a murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw money mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've made more than proven one critical fact. Namely that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron. Mr. Wright, argument was so circular I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Oh, don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your friend of the magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ugh. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her best you. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Rustleberry, and the other one was the murderer himself. Anyways, answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer of the clown? It was the bust. He saw Max's I asked who was the other person Mo saw at the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with this question. Contraire, mon frisky. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette, but he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. What? How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? How have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust can, idiot. Who in the right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree? Don't! He caught me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? A fool. Him? You were saying it was the victim himself, Rustleberry? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on this at all? I'm fine, Maya. I'm really putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, but directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Benintrillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box, and that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim, you wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo the Clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust, being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out his window, so he just kept pulling the bust. And just like that. And that is how the magical murderer disappeared into the sky come to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could have only been you. Acro has been playing mind games with us all. He sure is, but he has come to the end of the rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget that the power of my gavel, too. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay, then. Use that and get out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claim. I want to hear hard proof that you have unraveled the trick of this magical case. Something that Moe's... I don't even remember what Moe's... We saw him fly up. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's this either, but... He seems so calm. Try again. No. If they had been silent for 2 more seconds, I would have screamed. Nick, they said they want evidence. I just explained how they can only be one possible, but there's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual, a contradiction, actually. I don't remember Moe's account. Can you please tell me again? Because I'm bad at remembering things. Okay. The problem is Mac's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions to Moe's testimony. Silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions. You fool. Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction, remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He said that the witness white roses were on Max's chest that night. But the clown testified doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like you to see if you can explain that one. Can you do that, Mr. Nick? Can you do that? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the witness when the cloak snagged into the bus. The cloak snagged into the bus. If the cloak snagged onto the bus, what happens to the white roses? Do you get it? If the cloak was snagged on the front of the bus, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bus. Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bus. Order, order. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do it, Nick. Maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relationship to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up to now. Well, what do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. I can't believe it. Acro. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward in the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why... Hey, pal. You're gonna ignore me after I went to all the trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe? Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Oh, well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it? Here you go. Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all secret, huh? Look, the details are on the need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday was our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by that? The very end part. I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The receptionist area looks like some kind of dairy farm. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy worth of milk? For me? You're loved, Max. Everyone loves you. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have had to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor? Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Gulp. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no reason to cross-examine here, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness? You're so tactless, Mr. Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want us to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. We. Yes, my brother Sheen and me. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow. No crying in court. Let's keep going. The witness may proceed with the testimony. That's when the ringmaster of Very Big Circus. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother, all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come and see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know. He seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been performing? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Brothers. Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotion contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Now, ooh. No matter how you look at it, there is no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Can you stop hitting me? Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pardoning whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want to... No, I can't provide one. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardy, foolish. Did you forget you made an accusation against this witness? Did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Rustleberry's ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of the things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you say? I'm saying that the target of the witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster, because it was never his intention to kill Rustleberry to begin with. What? Order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone? Else. Yes, he was. I guess I... There we go. Regina Barry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer that question. If I'm wrong, all you has to do is say you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow. The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself, huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Barry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out there to kill that young girl. Okay. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that was found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat, Acro wrote this note, ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Barry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did not intend to place this note into someone's pocket. Did intend to place this into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Barry. Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it in the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were able to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza because he couldn't look down out of the window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bus fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? This she is. Unfortunately, it's going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina? Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolishly fools. You're so foolish. You've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is the incident that is alluded in this note? The incident 6 months ago. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than ready to show the court what happened at that time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that it's related to this present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is the conclusive evidence mentioned in this note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... Hmm. Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. Well, what do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing it so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming that Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Well, she didn't really have a victim. Okay, well... Who is that? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? So, do you spend your entire days daydreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sheen Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bitten by a lion and fell into a current comatose state. Lion, Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. Then, they wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not like her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of the attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now, what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was accidentally an accident? Well, yeah, I do think it's an accident. It was just an accident. I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essentially that man knows when it's to give up, Mr. Phoenix, right? It's impossible to prove Miss Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it? Insinuating a lion to attack. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed that this was the conclusive evidence. Ugh. A small bottle of pepper. A lion. What's their connection? What's the matter, Nick? I figured it out. Wow. It was right in front of my nose the entire time. Literally. Your Honor. Wait. What is it? The lion-biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother's Bat. That's just a scarf. Acro. Oops. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There is something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. 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 Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright? We've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present? Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion, for a moment the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Whoa. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. Whoa, 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 what? You fool. Oop, you've got to be kidding me, I think that's what he said. Well, what's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object, for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to the accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imaginations, Mr. Wright. To think that there is someone who treated this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you don't mean, you can't mean witness. Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been, evidence. If I drop Max's bust on the top of the Ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence. The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack, therefore, of them is more precise. The murder weapon. The bust. That's the defendant's claim was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awful conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. The defense requests to search the room of the witness Ken Dingling. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now, you must know the meaning of Von Karma total justice. You mean... A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in the room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright? The bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put me into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the Ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. Not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems that the case is coming to a close. The defense counterargument looks to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings this cross-examination of the witness to an end. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous, and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do... Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Did you have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Well, what? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro lived his life until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for false steps. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bus? It's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom. It's obvious? Where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bus once and for all. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take a blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say hide a bus under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it. It's the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool. How could you... You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Miss Franziska Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under the wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of a court hiding the murder weapon? There's no way I can escape that. So, you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know, I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when she's saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So, are you saying that you are a victim in all this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just give up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. This court is adjourned. But fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat, not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max a million of them. Thank you? What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? What? She's been like this for a while now. What? It's all my fault. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, is he going to try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. He's not going to do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that. Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence, huh? I want to know you're not just making up stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Do I have it? Max's ceremony now. I don't really know. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes, until he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max? What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand what a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is that? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen. Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yeah, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things, huh? There is only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs: the world's best illusionist. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? Huh? We've got to work together to make Berry Big Circus bigger than it ever has been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. It seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. I see what made the case. Yesterday's supervised raid, it really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief's prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yay! We'll start this one. I'm definitely not finishing this one, but I guess why not? Now, the moment you've been waiting for. Who will be this year's Grand Prix champion? Who will be our heroes of heroes? Hero of heroes. It's gonna be... Will it be last year's runner-up, Jamming Ninja, or maybe Captain Senpai all the way? I can see the students of the certain starry sky, or, well, I can't read this fast. We hope Lady Luck is with the heroes tonight. And now, the winner of the 3rd annual Hero of Heroes Grand Prix is me. Whoa, the true hero of the night has appeared in the mist. It looks like this year's Grand Prix goes to the Fantastic Warrior, the Nickel Samurai. Too bad, Jamming Ninja. Looks like the title eluded you again this year. All right, yes. Did you hear that, Nick? Did you? The Nickel Samurai, he did it. Yeah, he sure did. Sigh, I'm getting too old for this. I'm proud of the guy for doing the series justice. So the person everyone was cheering for, I guess he got the prize? Yep. You know who we're talking about, right, Pearly? The Nickel Samurai? No, every Sunday I only watch the educational channel, Kids Masterpiece Theater. Okay, that's it. From now on, it's the Nickel Samurai. All the kids watch it. Do you like the Nickel Samurai too, Mr. Nick? Nah, Nick's an old fart, so he's not allowed to watch it anymore. That's right, but I do like Kids Masterpiece Theater. Hey, I didn't know you were so young at heart, Nick. Mr. Nick, you're a grown-up. You're not allowed to watch it anymore. You're supposed to act your age and have interests that match. It's very important. Aw, give it a rest, Pearly. Looks like I made the right choice inviting everyone here. I'm glad you guys are having a good time. Ah, it's like a dream. Too bad for the Jamming Ninja, though. Last year, he lost to the Pink Princess Warrior of Little Old Tokyo. I thought this might be the year. Yeah. Oh, hey, Did anyone else think that the Damning Ninja looked a bit different today? Different? What do you mean? Well, he wasn't carrying his bright red guitar. Hey, you're right, strange. He'd walk around without his signature guitar. Sigh, I will never understand these people and their shows. Anyways, Mr. Power, thank you very much for tonight. It was nothing. I owe you one, so it's just my way of saying thanks. Hey, Nick, come on. It's time to get going to the lobby. There's a post-ceremony stage show that's supposed to start real soon. And then I heard there's going to be a press conference after that. A press conference? Is he going to make a speech about winning this year's prize? Well, not exactly. Something about the Nickel Samurai confessing something. Confessing? Sounds pretty serious. Nick, come on. You don't want us to be the last ones there, do you? Yeah, Mr. Nick, do you? Why me? The show doesn't even start for another 20 minutes. Wow, what is it with this place? Looks like I've stumbled into Oz or something. Way in the back, there's a sign for the bathroom. Maybe I should visit it while I can before the show starts. Can't go anywhere else. Okay, well, let's talk. Thank you very much for the invitation, inviting us today. It was nothing really. Guys like us don't get to come to places like this often, so I thought I'd invite you all. Hey, Mr. Powers, what have you been up to lately? Well, since the Pink Princess successfully wrapped up last month, I've been on a kids' exercise show while wearing a rabbit mask over my face. Oh, I see. I'm still really sorry about all the headache I caused you that time, Mr. Wright. Oh, well, what's done is done, so let's forget about it. This is Will Powers. He's an action star. His popularity exploded when he was the Steel Samurai, and he was the first case Maya worked on with me. It's too bad you look scary, or people know you're a real softie who's good with kids. Thanks. I can't believe they're going to make a movie based on the Nickel Samurai. I can't believe it either, but for a different reason. The Steel Samurai is an epic story of one hero and his desperate fight against his arch nemesis, the evil masterage of the city of Neo-Oldie Tokyo. And last year, they started a new series, The Nickel Samurai. The new series seems to be a hit with the kids, too. I'm really attracted to The Steel Samurai as a show, so I was hoping that maybe I'd get a chance to do something in the new one. Yeah, it's too bad. It's been awesome to see you with the new actor, Matt Engarde. He's super popular right now. Mr. Engarde? Looks like Pearl doesn't know who he is. This year, it's going to be the Nickel Samurai versus the Jamming Ninja at the box office. Jamming Ninja? Who was that again? So who's the Jamming Ninja again? He's a hero, duh. His symbol is a bright red guitar he's always carrying. A ninja who's always carrying around a bright red guitar. How does that even work? With a scarf around his neck and a guitar in his hand, he rises to stardom in ancient times. A ninja who became a star? Yeah, a ninja who became a star. There's a strong rivalry between the two of them. Global Studios Nickel Samurai and Worldwide Studios Jamming Ninja. They even air at the same time. You know what I heard? I heard those two don't get along at all. Nickel Samurai Engarde and the guy who plays the Jamming Ninja, the Nickel Samurai speaks French. Oh, you mean Matt Engarde, the actor? I guess even the world of heroes isn't a sparkling, happy place. Yeah, sounds like the post-ceremony show is about to start. Alright, I'm so pumped. I wonder if he's going to show off his special move today, Nickel Samurai Smelting. Actually, what I'm interested in is the press conference. You mean the big confession the Nickel Samurai is going to make after the show? So what is it? Don't you know what it is, Mr. Powers? Well, I'm not the Steel Samurai anymore, so I don't have any idea. Bah. Sorry. So I guess you are all going to the press conference then? Yeah, of course. If that's the case, then here, take these tickets so you can get in. Thanks. Thank you very much. Well, let's go to the lobby. It looks like it's over there, Mr. Nick. Okay, for great justice. And before we continue, I will end it here. Glad to start it, but I'm going to take a break, and maybe I'll be back tonight. And I will see you guys in the next stream.